Right, okay. I'm just going to try something. So this is totally unrehearsed, nothing. So I just want to discuss a little bit about the Mightylite, the Mightylite Solar, and we've added some new features. The Mightylite Solar has probably got the most advanced power management system in the world, because basically, depending on the battery condition, it actually functions according to the battery condition. So the general Mightylite has tri-function. So as I explained previously, if the battery is fully charged, then the light will illuminate all night. If the motion detector is triggered, it will come up for 30 seconds. If the battery is below 60%, it will illuminate to a lower light level, but when the motion detector picks up, it will come to full level, this time for 20 seconds. If the battery is nearly depleted, it's below 35%, then the backlight will not operate at all. It will conserve power, and when the motion detector is triggered, it will come on for just 10 seconds. Now, that's actually quite a unique feature in itself, but we're trying to make it better. So, totally unrehearsed, so just sort of please, if I make any mistakes, just bear with me. This is one of the Mightylite's battery. The battery, of course, it's slide-on battery. As explained before, you have all the functions, the LED functions and stuff, which is the power management system, battery, charging, etc. So, I've just mounted the solar panel here. So let me mount the panel, let me mount the Mightylite here. Again, as I say, it's totally unrehearsed, so it's very simple. The screws on the side, that's the mounting bracket. You have a washer and a spacer, so just make sure you've got the spacer in there. That's basically to stop the thing slipping. Okay, right, I'll show you some of the new functions of the unit. I've connected the battery. It's not being initialized yet, so I'm going to actually initialize it. Rather than connecting the solar panel to initialize it, I can actually use the programming tool to initialize it. Each time the battery is disconnected, it will require initializing again. So if it's used by a consumer, they haven't got a remote control, just by connecting the solar panel and in a normal normal condition, will in fact initialize exactly the same as before. Let me show you some of the new features. Well, I went through all the original features, but with additional features for the Mightylite Solar product. I'll connect the battery. I've got one set up here. Let me connect the battery. As I'm using the programming tool, I no need to actually initialize the unit, so I won't need to connect the solar panel just to initialize it. Got the controller in my hand. It's very, very simple to use, but I will explain the function very carefully. I press the button once to initialize, and now it's actually initialized, okay? And it will operate as a normal function. I press it again, and you see it flashes once. Press it again, flashes twice. Press it again, it flashes 3 times. That takes it through its different functionality. You notice it's come on now, and it's just operating as a normal unit. So it's just come on, and it will operate as a nighttime unit. Now, I can actually change certain functions of the unit by the controller. So, if I press the unit once, it goes off, it allows me to set it. I press it again, it goes into the first flash. The first flash actually is a setting whether you want nighttime use, so that means at nighttime it will come to a low light level, or you want it just to go off altogether. Because some people like to have a courtesy light at night. So if the battery is fully charged, you get courtesy lights all night. If the battery is a bit lower, you get a lower level courtesy light all night. But on the motion detector, it will trigger and you get a full light. So we've got that option. So it's a programming option now. So before, we had no choice. We had it, or you take it or you leave it. That was the functionality. So if I want to change the unit so it just operates as a motion sensor only, I press it. I press the unit so it flashes once. Long flash denotes all night. If I press a short flash like that, denotes it is just motion sensor only. So very, very simple. Now, if it triggers, you see I move there, I get a trigger, and if I keep still, after about 20 seconds, the unit will go out, and it will just work purely as a motion sensor. So it's a very, very simple. Press the button so it flashes once. I then use the upward button, or the downward button, and they denote whether it comes. Now, in fact, if you look at the unit, it goes off altogether. Now, if I want to change the function, I press the unit. You see I get the flash. I press it up, I get a long flash. Now that means it's now operating as of dusk till dawn. So when the light goes out, it doesn't go out altogether at night time, it just drops to a lower light level. So you'll see after 20 seconds, it will just drop to a lower light level. There you go. So it's now set as an all night. I trigger it, and in fact that is actually the default setting. So if I press the button up after one pulse, it is actually set for all night use, and it will come. If I press the button down, it will operate just on PIR. So if I want to change the functionality of the unit, I press the unit once, and the light will go out. I press it again, it flashes once, and I press the unit button down, the little button down, and now it only operates as a motion sensor. Now that's actually encrypted into the memory, and if I take the battery off or whatever I do, it will remain in that function always. So that's a complete change in the function of the unit. It no longer has a nighttime use, it just has PIR only. And some people might want dark skies, and it depends on how it's set. So it will always remain in that. It's a massive benefit. So if the battery is disconnected or if it goes flat, it goes out altogether. So I've completely changed the functionality of the unit. That's function one. The second functionality is to do with the timing of the unit. So if I press it once, it goes out, press it again, you get one flash, press it again, you get two flashes. And if I press it up, you see you get a longer flash, press it down, it's a shorter flash. The longer flash denotes the longer timing set. So actually it doubles the timing. So whereas the minimum time is 20 seconds, the sort of maximum time is 30 seconds, it becomes 1 minute. The lower light level timing, which is 20 seconds, becomes 40 seconds. And the shorter time, which is 10 seconds, becomes 20 seconds. So it doubles the time. So by controlling this, I can double the on time on motion detector. So it completely changes. Some people might want a longer time, some people might want the default time. So I have that adjustability to change the timing. And that is on the mode 2. So the mode 3 actually changes the functionality completely. So if I go into mode 3, so I press it on, you see the light goes out, so I know where I am. 1, press it second time, 2, press it third time, 3. 2 function. Press the button down, it's a short flash, and that basically takes the unit, it removes the PIR function. So now there is no PIR function on the unit, it is just purely a light. The light, when it is being charged from the solar panel, the light will go out. So it will give you an all-night light. So charge during the day, light during the night. It will run all night. So if you want to use it, for example, lighting billboards or whatever, it will go through its functionality. So as the night drops, as the battery drops, it will drop a little bit in level. So you get an elasticated battery life as part of the power management system. Another nice little feature is the light level can be adjusted. So it's going to be an all night, but I can actually adjust it. So I can actually make it brighter, use the remote, so I can actually brighten it up. So obviously the brighter it is, the shorter the battery life. So if I want to, or if I'm using a larger battery, so I've got an adjustment on the brightness level. Or indeed, if I just want to use it as a remote control light, and I want to give the client, the customer, the remote control, and I've now got a light that can be purely a remote control. So I can dim it down, walking into wherever, and I want some lighting, or if I've got a restaurant, and I need lighting when the restaurant is at night time, outdoor lighting, I can walk up, I've got a fully charged battery, put the lights on, might want it really bright, so I'm going to use a lot more power. If the restaurant's only open for a few hours or whatever, I might as well use it full brightness. And then I'm going home, don't want the light, I might want it low light level for security, or I might want to turn it off. Got full control. You've got a remote control light, totally remote control. That will remain in that function always, no matter what happens to the battery. So if I send the unit to a client, to a customer, and the battery is disconnected, I reconnect it, it will be in that function. It becomes a light. Whatever light level I set it to, if I set it to that light level, PIR, when the the solar panel is charging the unit, the light will be out. When the solar panel stops charging, the light will come on at that light level. It will always program to that light level. It will go as default. The only way to change it is through a programming control tool. Now, you could actually give this as a remote control. If somebody wants a remote control light, then you might sell it to a customer. If you want it as a billboard light, then you just use it in that function. It's totally set to that function. If I want to bring it back into a normal PIR function, its general function, again, I press it once, which turns it off. Press it once there, one flash, two flash, and then you get a third flash, you see there. And by pressing the button, so it comes up, I get a long light. Now the unit is operating as a normal PIR, a standard unit. So everything's gone back to normal function. And again, of course, I can adjust the timing, adjust that. All the power management system works. But this gives you true flexibility. So one fitting can be either a remote control light, it can be a PIR for just nighttime only operation, it can be a courtesy light with a PIR, it can be whatever you want. You've got total flexibility with this product. It's absolutely unique and it is different. That's what makes the Mightylite so different. Thanks for listening to the video.